The first annual State Champs Winter Jam is presented by the Horatio Williams Foundation, Leadership for Life. The Winter Jam is also brought to you in part by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. The Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, more members than any other basketball coaches association in the country. And Inside Prep Sports.
Welcome to our second edition of the State Champs Winter Jam. Edison, big winners over Country Day. The girls game in the first one here. We're going to get set here for our national anthem. I'm Lauren Plant, Scott Bernstein. What's up, my friend?
How you doing, man? Holiday hoops, man.
Yeah.
No better way to spend the holidays than in a gym, catching cage fever.
Absolutely. So they're doing the starting lineups right now. We've got Mount Clemens taking on Westland John Glenn. I saw Westland John Glenn on Tuesday. Big win over Wayne. Big rivalry game. Was able to take care of that. Mount Clemens, a young team, but one of the most talented freshmen in the state.
Yeah, Javon Hanna, very talented. He can slash, he can score, he can shoot. He's got a lot of moxie for a guy that's only 14, 15 years old. There's another freshman to look out for on Mount Clemens, too, and Matt Coffey. They're a big guy.
Yeah.
Don't look past him. And then Mount Clemens is going to get a boost the next game, their first game after Christmas break when they get Delano Williams back.
Right.
He's been battling injury since late last year.
Yeah. Westland John Glenn led by Joe Moon, the senior guard.
He's a talent on another galaxy.
He is. 37 the other night against Wayne, and he was just really running the offense. Rennell Williams had 22.
Rennell Thrasher.
Rennell Thrasher had 22 in that one as well. Those are the two go-to guys. Kind of a smaller lineup for the most part that John Glenn plays, but this should be interesting. We also have a third member of our broadcast team. His name is Jason Ross Jr.
Guys, senior guard Joe Moon, the fourth for Westland John Glenn, has been labeled by some as the best-kept secret in the state of Michigan. The guard had 37 points the other night in the big rivalry win over Wayne. I had the chance to speak with him a few minutes ago, and I asked him, what does he use for motivation, knowing that he is so underrated? And he told me that he uses his family for motivation. His brother has autism, so he plays for his brother, and he plays for all the losses in the past and all the failures in the past. And here we go. Lauren, back up to you guys. Joe Moon and the scintillating Westland John Glenn offense.
Thank you very much. Joe Moon with the bucket's going to take the first three, and he's going to drop the first
little carryover from the Wayne Memorial game.
No doubt about it. I think, when you're playing your senior season and you're in a showcase, you want to put your skills on display.
You want to showcase your talent.
He's still looking for a college home. Nice job on the other end by Clemens getting it in.
Matt Coffey, that's the other freshman we were just talking about in the post for the Bathers. Going to compliment Hannah on the blocks.
No doubt about it. Joe's going to slash all day. This time kicks to Xavier Miller. Back to Moon. Give it over to Thrasher. Back to Moon in the deep corner. Thought about a three. Went inside. They go back outside. Thrasher. No. Gets his own rebound. The mid-range J doesn't fall. Another rebound. Count it. Ashton Nance had some good buckets on Tuesday.
It's another name to look for. A lot of length and athleticism in the post for the Rockets.
So again, the one guy we're going to be talking about in this one a lot is number 2 on the floor, Javon Hanna. He's a guard. He's a forward. He can play wherever he needs to be. He's just a freshman. Comes out of that Imani Bates school in Bates Fundamentals.
The Bates Fundamentals AAU program,
Yep.
Newly formed with Nike backing, and played with Imani Bates last summer.
Now, Clemens has struggled here a little bit in the early going, but had a good 68-63 loss, but a good matchup against Pontiac, who's beat Clarkston in teams.
They're 3-3, still trying to find their footing for the season. I think getting Delano Williams back will be a big boost.
Yep. So right now, a lot of the kind of the scoring going towards Javon Hanna.
On the freshman.
Yep.
He doesn't seem hindered by it.
No, he's not.
And there's Ashton Nance.
That's pace. That ball knocked out of bounds. Nice block there.
That's Matt Coffey again.
Matt Coffey.
Man.
Matt Coffey's got a brother in this game, too.
Yep.
Stephen Coffey, who's a junior. Yep. Matt Coffey, just a freshman. So we got a lot of talented freshmen in the state right now.
We do. We just mentioned one, Imani Bates.
No doubt. Probably
best freshman in the country
That's
over
it.
at Ypsilanti Lincoln.
That's it. Hannah goes
nice
down
pass.
low on the back door. Nice bucket
Great
by
court
Armani
vision.
Cannon.
Great court vision by the Fab Frosh.
So these teams are liking to run. This is Thrasher on the other side. He takes it strong to the hole. No good, but he'll go to the line.
I like how he attacked the basket there. Didn't settle for the jump shot. He's going to the free throw line, and Thrasher had 22 in that Wayne Memorial game to augment Joe Moon's 37.
Both teams have good coaches. Rod Watts on the John Glenn Rocket side has been here doing it a long time. Pete Trammell for Mount Clemens.
Pete Trammell was a all-GLIAC performer at Grand Valley State, comes from Jenison,
Looks
Michigan.
like he could still play.
Yep. This is his second year as the head coach at Mount Clemens.
That's right. Hannah with the ball, a little pressure in the backcourt put on by the Rockets. Davion Miles, little set shot by Coffey's good.
Miles is their point guard. He shows a nice dribble penetration there, finding Coffey for the baby hook jumper.
Moon all the way the other way. This time misses. Ball tipped around, picked up by the Bathers. They're running. Miles, no good, but he'll go to the charity stripe.
Two nice possessions by Davion Miles, their sophomore point guard, another underclassman.
Again, I think that is a smart strategy that if you're a team like Glenn who likes to run, you run.
Yep.
So you make them have to come back. And instead of D, maybe get a little gassed, so they got to run more sets than they want to. And this is a young Bathers team for the most part. Although they do have some seniors, and like you said, Delano Williams, when he comes back, will be a very, very calming
piece of that
influence
puzzle,
and important piece, That Coffey got to it, has it taken away by Joe Moon. Joe running the other way. No doubt he's going to the rack. Strong. He's fouled.
Nice move, though. Joe going down there with his left hand and attacking the rim, getting the foul, not favoring that right hand where, he's a right-hander.
Yeah, and again, really surprised that he has not had a whole lot of college attention to this point.
Yeah, I think calling him the best-kept secret in the senior class is apt.
I told, the coach here at Lawrence Tech men's basketball, I said, you need a point guard. Number 3 on the Rockets there is somebody you need to be talking to.
Yeah, Joe Moon is someone that, can set nets ablaze in the KLAA.
No doubt, and that's got Belleville in their division now, so it's gotten stronger.
And he won the one-on-one battle against the other really solid guard from that league, Isaiah Lewis.
Hannah going inside. The 6'4 freshman misses this one just a little off the mark. Moon running the offense for the Rockets the other way. 8-6, Rockets leading this one. In the whites, Mount Clemens in red. Moon,
nice move, finishes again with his left hand. Joe Moon showing his versatility in the backcourt. Can go right, can go left, can shoot it.
I should have told you need to be keeping score here, my friend, because how are we going to know who's scoring what?
Yes, I should be.
So why don't you do that from this point? And
I will.
We'll get some unofficial stats moving forward. Even if you want to use like a little roster and just mark up some tallies on it, we'll try to keep the score here as much as we can. We don't have the luxury of a stat man. I guess I could have Kia Tyus here running stats, but she's busy making sure the graphics are up to speed.
I don't know what I was thinking.
That's all good. You're a stat man, that's what you do.
So nice penetration there by Joe Moon. And
again, so far having a good afternoon here at the Riddler Fieldhouse on the campus of Lawrence Tech, as we've got the first annual State Champs Winter Jam. 4 games of basketball here on the campus of Lawrence Tech. First high school basketball games ever played here at the Riddler Fieldhouse. So this was something that was kind of near and dear to my heart that I wanted to make sure we made happen, and credit all the teams who found the way in their schedule to be able to play in our showcase here as we get set for Christmas and the Christmas holiday. Joe Moon behind the back, another bucket for Moon. He's got to have 8.
Joe Moon has 8 right now.
Okay.
And looking every bit the part of big man on campus for Westland John Glenn.
Yes, sir. Coffey.
The freshman.
3.
The other freshman.
Yes.
They're showing some 9th grade nastiness in Bather country with Coffey and Hannah.
Renell Thrasher with the basketball. He'll also call the offense when they're in the half-court set. He's going to take it strong to the hole. Off the mark, rebounded by the Bathers, and they're running. Davion Miles to the rack, too strong. Picked up by Moon, throws it out to Thrasher. It's coming back to Moon. No, it's Thrasher straight up. Nice block there by...
They give him the foul, though. Great defense by Kyrie Hay.
Kyrie Hay, the sophomore guard,
gets
gets
called for the foul. I don't know. That's a little nickel dimer.
I don't think Trammell like that. Little ticky-tack, if you ask me. Getting set to check in the game is Vermonte Cannon.
You got to reward good defense like that, not penalize it.
Now into the game for Mount Clemens, number 5, Vermonte Cannon.
So Thrasher gets them both 14-9. A John Glenn lead here, just underway here at the state champs inaugural winter jam here. A 3 o'clock matchup between Mount Clemens, the Battling Bathers, and the Rockets of Westland, John Glenn. To the rack, to the hole, just ran out of real estate was Cannon, but he was fouled, so he'll go shoot 2.
He attacked the rim like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yes, he did.
Armani Cannon living up to the name.
There he is. You got it. I mean, if you're a basketball player, man, your name is Cannon. Oh, of course.
You're a gunner. You're an automatically or you're a gunner.
That's where you got to be. That's where you got to be.
I like how both teams are being very aggressive. Neither is playing timid. Being very assertive, playing with urgency.
And if you think about it, you've got several games, a handful of games under your belt now. Your conditioning is good. Let's run. You know what I mean? Let's run. Let's see what we got. Let's go do this.
And this team looks in the first quarter like it's not just the Javon Hanna show.
Thrasher from the deep corner. Count it.
Shows some range there for Rennell Thrasher.
The senior with a big bucket. Stretches the lead to 7. Javon Hanna cross-court underneath. Matt Coffey all alone. Coffey lays it up and in. Nice dish.
Again, nice court vision.
Nice
very
dime.
Tremendous court vision by the freshman. Finding the freshman.
Absolutely. It's just a 5-point game now. Some good defense by the Bathers, but the Rockets able to stop it, and there it is.
The silky smooth.
The floater.
The teardrop going baseline, Joe Moon.
Number 3, feeling it. Continuing what he did on Tuesday. John Glenn, I think, is making a statement that, hey, we're ready to play with anyone this season. Thrasher to the rack.
Nice
Count
move
it.
by Rennell Thrasher. Looked like old school Jalen Rose there with the one-handed leaner.
The Southwestern product.
Yep.
Cannon gets it over to Cannon with the ball. So Cannon to Cannon. We got a couple Cannons here on the floor right now.
The brothers Cannon.
That's it. And this is Hanna, again, very talented freshman.
I like his patience.
Yeah.
Not forcing.
Yep. Moon is with a steal. Moon is just on fire here to start this game.
Joe
He's going to take it.
Moon.
Uncontested lay-in.
Just marvelous court awareness by Joe Moon. The steal, coast to coast with the score.
Everything coming together for the Rockets right now as they lead 23-12. 3-ball, put up, count it. They like that side. That was Kyrie Hay. So the sophomore cutting into the deficit just a tad. They trail by 8, but it's Moon all alone this time.
Couldn't finish, but it was a great move.
Here's Hanna out front. Looks, no
Hanna
foul.
with a nice move.
He can throw it down, too.
A lot of focus. And extended and finished.
Rockets with good ball movement inside the lane. Ashton Nance fighting for his own rebound.
I like how he fouled his shot there.
Jump ball. Looks like possession arrow is going to favor the Bathers. So we've got some wholesale substitutions coming in right now for both teams. Elijah White on the floor, or Elijah White sitting down, coming in. Asante Hargrove for Westland, John Glenn. You've also got Johnny Young, the junior guard, coming in for the Bathers. And Robert Robinson, the sophomore forward and center in. Looks like we got a timeout we're going to have there. We're going to talk about it a little bit.
Fast-paced first quarter.
Yeah, it is.
Love it.
It is good.
23-17, coming off the heels of a game I saw the other day, boys basketball, Milford, Walled Lake Western, 38-32 final.
Yeah. What was that?
I said, I love the fact that I'm sitting here at a game in the first quarter where it's 23-17, coming off the heels of a game where I covered, which is a boys game out of the LVC, a 38-32 final.
Oh, my God, that's horrible. Who was Dan Young coaching that team?
No, it was Denny Butcher's a great coach.
38-32 finals.
Dave Gilbert, great coach at Milford, but they just play slower out west.
That's right. Yep.
Which is funny, too.
Dan Young, the soon-to-be executive director for BCAM.
He's the straw that stirs the
1st.
drink with the BCAM Nation.
He is here with us, and we appreciate you're going to get a chance to
hear
his silky vocals for the Canton Grand Rapids Catholic Central.
And if I'm not incorrect in saying this, 2 of the teams that are playing in this jam are former squads coached by the venerable Dan Young.
John
Westland,
Glenn
John Glenn, and Canton. I covered.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Rod Watts is a good guy.
I covered Dan Young's KLAA championship team 4 or 5 years ago with Mike Edwards, and went down to Georgia. Yep.
So we're having a good time here at the Winter Jam, and we've got a lot of people we have to thank for helping make this particular program go. Dan Young, of course, one of them. T.J. Kelly.
Good defense by John
Real
Glenn.
good defense by
John
John
Glenn. A lot of pressure.
They're not going to be able to get across the timeline. This time it probably is going to be stolen. There it is.
Great pressure defense by the Rockets, imposing their will. Full court.
Of course, we want to thank Horatio Williams for being one of the sponsors of this event. Of course, Hungry Howie's providing the pizza here. And Hoops Bar and Grill out of Pontiac providing the catering for our VIP room. It's great. Thrasher for 3. Count it.
Thrasher showing his perimeter skills.
Nothing but bottom.
I
feeling it from long distance, number 5. I see you.
That's his second 3 of the night. He's got 10 points. Joe Moon's got 10 points. Another steal by John Glenn.
Xavier Miller trying to get it to go, can't. Ball on the floor. Red coming away with it. Still trying to face this relentless pressure put on by the Rockets.
Both these teams want to play baseline to baseline. Fast tempo.
Again, when the starters aren't in the game, they are going to put the pressure. Nice lay-in. Asante Hargrove
off the bench with a finger roll. And the steal.
Looking like the Iceman. So again,
nice press breaker by the Bathers.
And that allows one-on-one on the other end. Not able to convert.
You got to finish that. You got to finish that.
Yep. So Davion Miles not able to convert.
Everything but the bucket there. Did a great job of breaking their pressure and getting a fast break, getting an advantage going down the floor, and just couldn't finish. But it was a nice move to the basket and a nice press break.
So Pete Trammell making some changes, bringing back in a few more of the starters right now.
Rod Watts got to John Glenn back in 2014, came over from Lansing Eastern.
Yes. Ball knocked out of bounds by Matt Coffey.
When he was at Eastern, he developed a scintillating talent in LaDante Buckets Henton, and Henton went on to lead the Big East in scoring at Providence.
Final moments here of the first quarter. 28-17, Glenn leads this one. They'll hold for the final shot. Thrasher working on Miles, backs it up. 7 seconds left to go in the quarter. Drives through a trio of Bathers. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay in the Rockets' hands. 2 seconds on the clock.
Good physical defense by the Bathers. You know, even though they're down, they're playing. They're not playing intimidated. They're not playing scared.
No. Thrasher. Catch and release.
Again.
No
good defense again.
Good defense by the Bathers there. And we're at the end of the first quarter, and it's Westland John Glenn leading this one 28-17.
High energy.
Let's send it downstairs to Jason Ross Jr.
Guys, this John Glenn team up 11 after the first quarter. They're coming off a feisty rivalry win over Wayne a couple of nights ago. I mentioned earlier that 37-point performance from Joe Moon. It was a win that at times saw a bit of ugliness out there. There were 51 fouls, there were 6 technicals, there were 2 player rejections, and a fight even broke out with 5:11 to go in the fourth. But head coach Rod Watts was really, really pleased with the way his team stayed poised and stay focused. We'll see if they can stay poised and focused in this second quarter, up 11.
Yeah, thanks, Jason. I credit the Rod being able to continue to keep his team's emotions in check. We did have a couple skirmishes that broke out. One was appearance, and another was it was kind of a plethora of girls in one section.
Well, that's a heated rivalry to start with.
It is, and it's a small gym.
The temperature's going to be, very high.
It was elevated
in the gym, regardless of where you are and what level the teams are playing.
And it was just John Glenn's second game. And here they're coming in, and we've got Wayne ranked second in the state in Division I.
Right.
So emotions are high right off the bat. But, again, both teams handled it well, and it was able to be taken care of.
Oh, they did call a foul on that
Oh,
play.
they did. All right.
Well,
They got another bucket.
so Thrasher ends the first quarter with 12 points.
We're
Joe Moon's
officially
got
in.
10.
Yes.
That's a pretty dynamic backcourt.
So Scott Bernstein, one of our key writers and contributors to StateChampsNetwork.com. Of course, he's got his vlogs, the rundown that we do. He's writing both for what's going on here in the state of Michigan and Indiana. What are some of the things that are getting you excited about some of the things you're writing about?
Well, I love recruiting. You
Yeah.
know, that's kind of always been a passion of mine. And the last decade or so, recruiting has just gotten so big in terms of the coverage of it from the media side.
Oh, yeah.
So I always try to, keep the readers in the know with the latest recruiting news, stuff that you might not get in other outlets for a week or two. You're getting from State Champs, within 24 hours of it happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes within the minutes of it happening.
Right.
Kind of tying into the game that we just had before. Right before the season, one of the things that I was really excited about was finding out where Rakia Jackson was going to go play basketball.
Yeah.
In college. She picked Mississippi State. Thought it was kind of cool how she did it, and I talked about it in the article I did. She bought a bulldog, which is
Yeah.
the Mississippi State
Yeah.
mascot,
right.
and brought it to the signing ceremony to let everyone know that not only does she have a new pet bulldog, they're going to be going down to Mississippi State to play their college basketball.
She's all in.
35 against Country Day earlier
Yep,
today.
She
And
sure did.
as advertised.
You can watch all the entire game at our website, StateChampsNetwork.com, or if you're watching this on YouTube, the game is up already. And each game will be up approximately 15 to 20 minutes following the conclusion of each matchup today at the State Champs Winter Jam. Bathers get a defensive stop. Hannah going the other way. Nobody there.
Oh, the first jam of the Winter Jam.
There it is. There it is.
The freshman, Javon Hanna, with a good defense. And then the flush.
Again, he's a big kid. He's built well too. He's not a skinny 6'4". He's got some size to him. He looks like almost like he could be a senior.
Yep.
But just a 15-year-old. So a little confusion in the backcourt there for the Bathers.
That wasn't smart basketball.
Yep.
And if you're going to beat a team like John Glenn, you gotta play heady.
When you're down 12, so you want to kind of minimize the mistakes right now.
You can't be giving away. You can't be having these kind of self-inflicted errors when you're trying to make a comeback.
Joe Moon had a phenomenal first quarter. He's back out on the floor running the point. He's driving. He's throwing it up.
Joe
Ball
Moon.
down.
The marvelous Joe Moon. The magnificent Joe Moon. Just fantastic. Gets to the rack, finishes. Little body English. The and one. Showing that he can attack the rim. He can shoot it. Go to the line. Convert at the line. This guy is the total package. Someone needs to get in on him quick. Don't really understand why he doesn't have any offers right now. Javon Hanna to the rack. Trying to answer. Get to the free throw line. But Joe Moon showing why.
Question's going to be, I think for a guy like Javon Hanna is he going to is he going to stay? We always have to ask these questions now.
I hate that we have to have these conversations about the best and the brightest on the hardwood in the state of Michigan for the boys if they're going to finish their careers in the mitten, or if they're going to go to what they might view as greener pastures off to a prep school.
And certainly I'm not intimating at all that he has any interpretations of leaving the state or transferring. I'm just saying a lot of times now with really talented freshmen getting a lot of hype, sometimes they get some bad advice and they feel that maybe one of those kind of Spire academies or something is going to be their best
We got
way.
a really good freshman class this year.
Yeah,
Let's
we do.
hope we keep them all.
Turnaround shot put there by Brendan Balco, no good. Rebounded by the Bathers. They trail by 13. Javon Hanna with the basketball is going to spot up for three. Rebound, Balco. Joe Moon with the basket.
Nice first minute by Balco.
Moon again, just doing what he wants. This time misses,
Moon get the board.
Gets the ping pong back to him and puts it up and in. No foul called.
A little more body English, just kind of wheeling that ball into the basket.
Absolutely. He's just got a lot of flow underneath the bucket. He gets in the paint. He can just,
A lot of hustle and flow.
Picasso.
He's a Terrence Howard special. A lot of hustle and flow, baby.
That's it. Figure out what he wants to do once he gets there. The key is he's going straight to the rack.
He's real smooth, real composed. Seems to have a real high hoop IQ. Rockets trying to dial long distance, but Ashton Nann's on the board and the putback.
Bathers running the other side. Ooh. Hannah didn't realize the ball was intended for Hay there. It was set up for a long ball. But Hannah just trying to make a play, knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Glenn basketball. Glenn leading, the Rockets leading this one by 17. Edison won big in our opener over Country Day. The real deal Pioneers, probably the best team in the state right now when it comes to girls basketball.
I would say they're the best team in the state.
Yep.
ESPN has them ranked number 5 in the country.
Yep.
But it was cool to see two defending state champs.
Back-to-back defending state champs.
Yeah, a clash in that our game earlier,
Yep.
and could be a foreshadowing a game that could be coming up in the state tournament.
It'd be the quarterfinals if it happens.
Joe
Moon gets his own rebound.
Crashing the boards, doing it all, showing that he's a complete in the backcourt.
Really is. You know, sometimes, as a senior, you know your time is limited. And
Playing with urgency.
Absolutely. And this is the time, if he's going to get attention, it's going to be in the early going. And Joe Moon making a statement.
Showing his diverse skill set. And when you can see star players that hit the boards like that, that demonstrates their attitude and their mindset.
And what do coaches want at the next level, especially?
They want body language.
And they want motor.
Yeah, motor and body language. It's so important.
Right.
These kids don't realize that scouts there to see them, they think they need to drop 30, when in reality, if they drop 15 and do all the little things that coaches want to see, that 15 is going to impress the coach more than the 30 without the little things.
Head coach here at Lawrence Technological University, Josh Perkins, is in attendance. He's in the front row. He's looking for a point guard, so I am sure that he is taking copious notes on Joe Moon right now.
Not forget that name.
Nice ride to the bucket by Armani Cannon.
Giving the Bathers some nice minutes off the bench.
Josh Perkins was a point guard himself when he played. If you see him now, it looks like he could still play. Probably about 5'9", could run, was strong, a lot like I'm sure the game that Joe Moon plays. Thrasher for 3, no. Ball knocked around, Hannah with the rebound. Bathers trying to cut into this deficit. Cannon thinks, shoots, misses. Nice rebound, nice box out there by Sharif Liddell. Ball goes out of bounds. I think they're going to call it off of Liddell. They do, so it'll be Bathers basketball underneath the bucket.
Mount Clemens needs to get this thing into single digits before the half.
Absolutely.
To have a little confidence going into the locker room.
Got a little bit going right now. Oh, ball stolen by Thrasher.
You can't have these unforced errors.
Rockets running. It's not Moon this time.
Now it's Moon. Ooh. Moon looking to stuff it.
Yeah, he was. Thrasher for 3.
Thrasher. Thrashing nets.
Again, good pressure defense by the Rockets. Bathers break it. Armani Cannon with the basketball up top to Davion Miles. Miles back to Cannon. Armani Cannon back to Miles. Nice spin move. Looking to go in the paint, kicks it out. It's going to be Hannah on the wings, going to take it to the rack. Shot up, shot no good. Nice hustle there by the Bathers on their offensive set. So
Hannah needs
Pete Trammell liking the effort at least right now. Just need to get a few buckets to drop.
Hannah needs to assert himself right now and keep his team afloat and keep them from flatlining before the half.
Want the rock. Got to want the rock right now.
Because it's 18 right now.
Put them on their back. Yep.
If this thing gets to 25 at the half, that's not looking good.
No, it's not. But again, good hustle and flow here by the Bathers.
Good
but
defense.
Again, just good defense by Glenn. Going the other way, Moon, one-on-one.
The finisher.
And that's what he is.
The flawless finisher.
And that's what he is. Okay. Hannah with the basketball.
Nice pass.
Just a beautiful dish.
Hannah's really showing his hardwood IQ.
Matthew Coffey showing he can play this game.
Him and Matt Coffey, nice inside-outside
freshman
tandem.
to freshman. So the future looking good for the battling Bathers. And again, this is a strong matchup for them coming in, and this is a good game for Trammell to kind of, keep putting his team against good competition.
Yep. And we're going to swing it down to Jason.
No, we're not. 1 second, we will.
Guys, we've seen the pretty jump shot of Rennell Thrasher for Westland John Glenn. He's hit it a couple of times this afternoon. He hit some big ones in the second half of the win over Wayne. And I talked to him about it before the game, as he has the ball right now. I talked to him about it before the game, and he told me that, as he connects there with Joe Moon, he told me that his favorite three-point shooter is not in the NBA, he's in college, is Jordan Poole, the Michigan guard. I found that pretty interesting, and we'll see if Rennell can continue to get that shot going in the second half. Certainly we'll see him take a few more throughout this one.
No doubt about it, Jason. And, again, these guys, they're not far removed from these college players. You forget how close in age a lot of these guys are. And
especially in this day and age where in college you really hit the ground running. And if you're a superstar, you're going to be a superstar as a freshman. It's not going to be a slow burn and all of a sudden people know about you as a junior and senior. If they know about you, they know about you as a freshman. And most likely, if you're a big enough deal, they know about you as a junior and senior in high school.
I'll tell you what, right now, John Glenn doing about everything right. And 47 points here with 2:38 to go.
Yeah, and Joe Moon's got 21 already.
Yeah.
Thrasher has 15 already.
I'll tell you what, I can bet you that TJ is going to have him ranked here in Division I.
I did my point guard ranking in the state. I had him in obviously I had my Joe Moon in my top 10. I think I had him 7 or 8.
Because again, Rockets a little late to the game. This is just their third game.
They didn't play in the first 10 days of the season.
That's right. So, and coming out of the gate, they put 81 in their first matchup against, I think it was Franklin or Churchill. They played right out of the gate, put up 81. Had a good effort, obviously a good game against Wayne on Tuesday, and here they are with 47 here in the first half, and really dominating on both sides of the ball. Yeah,
they're asserting themselves and playing great basketball on both ends of the floor. Joe Moon is showing that you can't overlook him if you're going to be talking about the best guards in the state of Michigan. Definitely if you're talking about the best guards in Metro Detroit. That 37 points going head-to-head against Isaiah Lewis at Wayne Memorial was a statement, and then now this first half, like I said, when we started the game, it's a carryover from that 37-point effort because he's going to probably hit 30 tonight again.
Matt Coffey with the basketball, taking it strong to the rack off the window. No, Hannah with the rebound. I was going to say it was knocked out.
I still like how Javon Hannah, he's not one-dimensional. He's not one of these kids who's just going to score. He's showing that he can dish. He's hitting the glass.
Had 34 against Athens in the first matchup that I saw him play. He's got the basketball now. He's got 3 Glenn guys he's trying to go through. He does.
Nice move.
Just couldn't finish.
Everything but the hoop.
Yep. But the Bathers able to get the second effort. So they'll reset. Hannah working against Moon's going to take the long 3. Doesn't get it to go.
Nance with the board.
So Baylor's doing a lot of things right, just not finishing right now. That's all it is. Just need buckets. Playing well on the offensive side.
Thrasher to Nance. Nice give and go there.
Glenn is finishing everything. Hannah, strong.
Nice play on defense by Ashton Nance, rejecting Hannah as he goes to the rack.
Timed that perfectly. Let him kind of do his thing.
I like Ashton's length and seems to be very active. Big 3.
Big 3 by Kyrie Hay, the sophomore guard.
Try to keep this thing respectable going into halftime. Give yourself a chance for a comeback in the second half. But Joe Moon says, well, he tried to say no. And again, it's crashing the boards.
Exactly.
Joe Moon is relentless.
He is relentless. He just doesn't stop.
And just look, he's just cool as a cucumber out there. Just very calm, very composed.
He's conditioned. He's physically ready to play all game and go up and down.
Yep. That's
so key. He's not winded in the least.
So key.
Yeah. And clearly he wants to play at the next level, and you know he's going to get an opportunity. It's just a matter of where. I'd love to see him here in a Blue Devil uniform.
Well, we were just talking a second ago about Dan Young's KLAA championship team about 4 or 5 years ago, and Mike Edwards.
When he was with the John Glenn Rockets.
When he was with the John Glenn Rockets. And Mike Edwards was a kid that ended up going to Georgia, but I don't think he had a single Division I offer until either the state tournament of his senior year or until right after.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that Joe Moon's going to end up in the SEC, but I'm saying that just because you don't have that Division I offer the first couple months of your senior year doesn't mean that's not where you're going to land.
You definitely can play Division I. There's no question. Thrasher loves it from three-point country. Can't get it to go down this time. Rockets able to come up with it, but it gets popped out. So nice job there by Asante Hargrove.
Nice effort play by Hargrove again. We saw it a couple minutes ago.
So he'll hang on to it, and he'll be under the bucket, just to the right of the bucket. 49-33. Both teams in the bonus here for the last minute. Thrasher again from deep.
Showing off his range. That's pro range.
Again, John
Hannah,
Glenn.
though, look, both of these star guards crashing the boards. Hannah and Moon. Love to see that. Oh.
Kyrie Hay.
That was a big three. This thing, they're keeping themselves with giving themselves a puncher's chance in the second half.
Just down 13 now. Nice little run here by the Battling Bathers. Probably the best nickname in Michigan. Of course, the salt baths.
It's a nod to the history of the town with their sulfur baths.
Yeah,
people used to travel from around the state back in the early 20th century.
Around the country, I think.
To come and
bathe
in those sulfur baths, and it was supposed to heal various ailments.
It was. That's why they are the Battling Bathers. Your town is known for being a bathhouse. Yep, all those rich minerals in the Mount Clemens soil. Good shot put up there by Nance, kind of battled around,
Good
and
defense
that is going to be
by
the
Mount
end.
Clemens. They finished strong in the half, keep themselves in it, and give themselves a chance to propel a comeback effort in the second half. With John Glenn, you got the fabulous backcourt between Thrasher and Moon combined for close to 40 points in that first half. Couldn't have asked for a better performance from your two guards.
No doubt about it. This so far has been the Thrasher and the Moon show, and Moon showing all the coaches out there that he's ready to take his game to the next level. Again, when you talk about John Glenn, I think this is a team that is trying to make a statement that they want to play with all the big boys. And we're about to set to get Rod Watts, and we're going to send it downstairs to Jason Ross Jr.
So, Coach, what did you like about your team in the first half? What do you think the message will be in terms of improvements in the locker room?
Well, we're aggressive offensively, but defensively I'm pretty disappointed. We're not used to giving up 36 points in a half, and I'm pretty disappointed in our defense. Usually we play a lot better defense than what we're showing right now. 36 points in a half. I mean, the other night we gave up 40 points, 39 points, and here we are giving up 36 points in a half, and I'm just not happy with that display.
Thank you, Coach. I'll let you get back to the locker room with your team. Good luck in the second half. Lauren, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Jason. Yeah, that is the signature of Rod Watts. He is defense first, and he is, he especially against a team that I think he feels he should be playing much better defense against. So, I think
it's also a credit to what Mount Clemens is doing. They're not playing scared, and this is a team that you look at the records and you look at some of the margins of victories and who they've played, and then you do the same thing with Westland John Glenn. Mount Clemens could have come in here already defeated, and instead they've come in here and they say, you want to go up and down? We're going to go up and down, and we're not going to play scared, and we're going to take our shots, and we're going to take our punches. And at the end of the day, if you beat us, fine. But it's not going to be for lack of effort, and it's not going to be for lack of asserting ourselves and trying to do what we want to do.
And you know what we're going to take right now?
Take a break?
We're going to take a break. That is exactly right. So he is Scott Bernstein. I'm Lauren Plant. We're going to take our first time out here. At the half, it is 49-36, the Westland John Glenn Rockets. Next game coming up at 5 is going to be a doozy. Ypsilanti and Detroit Cass Tech. And then at 7, it's Canton and Grand Rapids Catholic Central in the nightcap. Still got time to get down here to LTU. Even if you're watching this after the 3 o'clock game, get down here and enjoy some great high school hoops. But again, thanks for tuning in, and we will be back for the second half in just a few minutes.
Hi, my name is Horatio Williams from the Horatio Williams Foundation. So our goal is to make sure We have a safe haven in the community for all kids throughout the state of Michigan, which we provide several different programs, academic programs, ACT, SAT testing, robotics, financial literacy, reading, writing for our younger kids. We have a culinary cooking class. All our programs are free. If a kid wants to come and learn, we're here to provide that help for them.
I admit it, I love working with money, negotiating, and making big decisions. That's why I'm majoring in finance and economics at Lawrence Tech. What's truly amazing about the education here is the small class sizes that give me easy access to my professors who truly care about my future. They even helped me get a great internship. And I was able to fulfill my lifelong dream of playing college golf. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.
To me, Horatio has done a phenomenal job. Seen all these coaches and people here. I think it's great for the city of Detroit. And my hat off to Horatio and his group, because I'm trying to drag me down here for a few years, and it's even neater than I thought it was going to be. So I'm really impressed.
Coach, we appreciate what you share. We appreciate all you're doing, and good luck in the future, okay? Thanks a lot. All right, we'll see you soon. Great. Hello, social media. Lindsey Huddleston here with the great Coach Jim Harbaugh. Coach Harbaugh, you spent the entire evening down in Detroit, Michigan at the Horatio Williams Foundation. Talk about your commitment to the foundation. You've been coming here for years. Tell us about that.
That's a great foundation. Horatio does a great job of connecting people. Everything that's the most important things. Sure. Is what Horatio Williams has always been about.
Sure.
And he's a great man in his community.
Sure.
It's bringing athletics to bringing a community closer together.
Right.
I'm all about it.
Absolutely. Lindsey Huddleston here, representing Horatio Williams Foundation and Sports Psychology Solutions with Coach Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State. Coach, you've been participating in the Horatio Williams Clinic since its inception. Can you tell me why that's a priority for you, and why do you bring your staff down every year?
You know, we started coming down here, I don't know, maybe 7-8 years ago or more. And, you know, we come down here to try and give back a little bit. Horatio Foundation does a great job, I think, representing the city of Detroit and doing things for young people. So we want to be a part of that, and just especially with the youth football, not just high school football. So it's a way to sort of extend ourselves a little bit and give back. And anything we can do to help in that area, we do.
I'm happy to be here with my coach, Coach Barnes, a great friend. Happy to be able to support him over the years with his playwright camps and all these things he's had going on. Coach has a resume that we don't have time to read, but we're going to try to get a few things in from coaching Eastern Michigan basketball, the illustrious historic Harlem Globetrotters, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Washington Wizards, and we can go on and on. But we have Coach out here tonight. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. So we're here at the Horatio Williams Foundation Coaches Forum. Talk about how important something like this is to bring someone of your caliber out, and for everyone else that's coming out too.
Well, I think it's important that coaches, young or old, continue to learn and develop. You know, it's all about the game and learning how to deal with not just the game, but with young people.
Right.
I think today I have a motto that still applies to today. Teach, create, and motivate.
Coaching basketball is a rewarding and challenging pursuit, but you don't have to do it alone. The Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan are here to support you.
BCAM is the largest coaches association in the country with nearly 6,000 members representing college, high school, and middle school ranks. Members have access to drills, clinics, job opportunities, and it's the only way to vote for our annual awards, including Mr. and Miss Basketball.
Join today by visiting bcam.org, because better coaching always matters.
You ready, Darius?
Let's do it. Anybody want an autograph?
Autograph? We're here for the stuffed crust pizza.
Stuffed crust pizza? Hey, who do you think you are? End of the line, pal.
Flavor fanatics love stuffing their faces with our stuffed flavored crust. Get one for only $2 more on any large original round pizza.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Southfield truly is the ideal place to live, work, and play.
Well, it's a very exciting time in the city of Southfield. Great neighborhoods, great city services, and Fortune 500 companies. Southfield has something for everyone.
Recognized as Michigan's premier business address, home to world-class educational institutions, voted one of the nation's most livable metro area suburbs.
Southfield is the center of it all.
Since the dawn of man, storytelling has been the most effective and engaging means of communication. Whether gathered around the warm glow of a fireplace or the family television set, a compelling story has always moved people to action. At Yellow Flag Productions, the Emmy-winning storytellers behind our television programs are now helping clients create content that emphasizes their people and passions. Let us tell your story and share it with the world.
The first annual State Champs Winter Jam is presented by the Horatio Williams Foundation, Leadership for Life. The Winter Jam is also brought to you in part by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. The Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, more members than any other basketball coaches association in the country. And Inside Prep Sports.
Hey everybody, welcome back inside the Don Riddler Field House as we are getting set for the start of the second half between Mount Clemens and Westland John Ginn. Right now we're going to send it down to the court where Pete Trammell stands by with Jason Ross Jr.
Stretch of the first half there. What do you like about how you closed the half, and what was your message in the locker room to the team?
You know, we're young. We're inexperienced. I like the way we fought. I like the way that we didn't fold when they got kind of tight at that moment. I think if we continue to do the things that we talked about earlier in the game, I think we're going to be fine.
Thanks, Coach. I'll let you get back to your team there. Yeah. Guys, Coach Trammell also told me before the game that against SCS and that 81-25 loss, there were a lot of things that were inherently tough, including the illnesses and players who couldn't get out there. But he felt his team didn't fight enough. We'll see if they can keep up that fight in the second half and truly perform to their top level. Lauren?
Thank you very much, Jason. John Glenn coming right out of the gate. Elijah White with the steal and the bucket. But yeah, an 81-25 loss to Southfield Christian. That can be immensely deflating. They're back in the city of Southfield to try and make amends and see if they can hang with John Glenn. They trail right now 51-36 to the Battling Beavers. But again, Pete Trammell's got a young team, and he knows this is a process.
Yeah, I did a double take when I saw that score on Twitter. It didn't seem commiserate with what I'd seen from Mount Clemens. But, everyone's got a bad night in them. And the way they've played in this game, you wouldn't have known that they would have lost that poorly to a team like Southfield Christian, who's a Class D or Division IV squad. Yes, they're the defending Class D state champions, but still, you got a Class A or B school playing up against a Class D school. You don't expect a loss, let alone a loss of that magnitude. But, give credit to Coach Trammell and his Bathers for coming out here tonight or today and really fighting. He said he wanted to see fight from his team, and I've seen it.
Well, it's official. Cass Tech is in the house.
CT
so
in the
we'll
crib.
See the technicians take it at 5 o'clock as they battle the Ypsilanti Community Grizzlies. It should be a great matchup.
Steve Hall and the crew.
Absolutely, going up against Steve Brooks and his group.
Yep.
So it's going to be exciting basketball coming up for the 5 o'clock affair. At 7 o'clock, Grand Rapids Catholic Central making the trip down here to take on the Chiefs of Canton. Should be a great one. A couple of point guards, Austin Braun and B. Artist White, going head-to-head.
Austin Braun. Probably the most underrated point guard in the state of Michigan.
Going to Grand Valley.
Just a complete backcourt gem.
So Bathers having a hard time out of the reset. It's going to be John Glenn basketball. And again, the Rockets playing great. Of course, Rod Watts does not want 36 points scored in a half. Again, I believe it was Wayne who scored a 40 for most of the game yesterday. Or on Tuesday.
On Thursday. Was it Thursday or Tuesday? Tuesday. Sorry.
No, it was Thursday. You're right. My days are gone. Moon finally misses. He's human, but nice rebound there by Xavier Miller.
Miller and White coming out of the into the second half heated, playing some tough defense and really asserting themselves and kind of authoritatively stating that, hey, we're here to play, and when we get our minutes, we're going to make the most of them.
No doubt. When you get a nice, comfortable lead, gives you a chance to bring in some of the bench and give them some quality minutes. Xavier Miller, though, a junior. A lot of guards on this Rocket team, you know.
And then,
they tentatively or list just 2 forwards. The rest all guards.
But Ashton Nance is a center. They list him as a guard.
Yeah, I know. It's probably my mistake. Ashton Nance is definitely not a guard.
Yeah.
Another steal by the Rockets. Thrasher, strong to the rack against Hannah.
Good strong move to the rim by Thrasher, showing that he can not just shoot the ball, but he can attack the rim.
So Mount Clemens trying to break this press, trying to get back into this contest. Matt Coffey with the mid-range J, no.
Coffey had 13 in the first half to go along with 5 rebounds.
Beathers will get another opportunity.
Hannah had 7 in that first half.
Swinging around the horn. Give is to Javon Hannah. Stops. Was fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Javon Hannah, as you mentioned, played his summer ball with Amani Bates on the Bates Fundamentals AAU program. And anytime you're playing with that type of a teammate, that type of star-studded prospect, it's going to make you better. And it's going to bring you the exposure that you might not have had unless you were playing next to him.
He's already caught the attention of Michigan State, and some others. No doubt, I'm sure there are some coaches within the weeds here giving a look at Mr. Hannah.
I like his banana yellow shoes.
Yeah, he had different colored shoes the first time I saw
like
him
his
play.
his kicks game.
Yeah. Moon to the rack.
With the floater.
He thought that Coffey was running on the other end of the floor. Did
Moon
not know
showed
the ball
his feathery
was coming.
touch there.
Yeah. Coffey with the basketball, comes back and gets the steal. Bathers running.
Got to be more in control than that.
Yeah, Dave Miles not able to corral that in, but they continue to hold the basketball. Mount Clemens in their red. Glenn in their home whites.
Nice move by Hannah. He's having trouble finishing all night.
One guy hasn't had trouble finishing, Joe Moon.
Then he
kick
finds
out to Thrasher.
Nice driving kick. Again, crashes the boards.
Moon's got a double-double already, I'm sure.
And that's all effort. I mean, that's not a skill set. That's
hustle.
not natural athleticism. That's just wanting to assert yourself on the floor.
Not able to hit that time. Can't break the double team. Bathers going the other way. We got a whistle. They would have had an easy drive to the lane. But we got a foul on the other side of the floor. They called it on Elijah White.
I got Moon tracking towards the double-double.
Okay.
I got him with 8 rebounds right now.
All right.
To go with his 25 points.
All right.
Thrasher with 19.
So definitely the damage being done by the front court.
That is the backcourt.
I mean,
that is
backcourt.
a diamond-studded backcourt.
Yes, it is.
Very shiny, very glitzy.
Hannah in the lane takes a shot to the chops. That'll rattle your cage.
Yep, so they're trying to just keep this thing, keep themselves within shooting distance, striking distance. And once it gets above 20, that's when you start to give yourself some issues.
And that starts with the coach. The coach wants better defense, stronger defense. So he's calling for all-out effort on the defensive side of the ball. They've given up 1 point here in the first few minutes of play in the third.
They've heeded their coaches' pleas from the halftime and have come out and come out with a much grittier defensive effort. Rod Watts knows what it means to play winning basketball, to play championship basketball. Joe Moon, number 27.
That's how
26 and 27.
That's how he does it. Thrasher to Moon, Thrasher to Moon, Moon to Thrasher. That's what we've been saying.
Watts was the top assistant for Johnny Jones on the 2004 state championship team at Lansing Everett. So he's been to Breslin. He's coached on the Breslin center floor. That team had Derek Nelson, who went on to star at OU.
Yeah. I called several of his games for a couple of days in a previous life when I was doing the play-by-play for OU.
Thrasher with the
travel.
Just shuffled his feet there a little bit, trying to set up for his jumper, which is, can make some sweet music with that J, and we've seen it. He's practically conducted a symphony with that sweet music jump shot he's put on
no doubt.
This game.
Bathers a nice little run on the other side. Coffee can't connect. It's going to go back to Coffee. Strong to the lane. Blocked by Nance.
Good defense by Ashton Nance. Now this is a kid that I feel like Lawrence Tech should be looking at. Someone that just really no one's paying attention to. And you look at him, you might have
Perkins, the head coach, in
Ashton
the front
Nance
row.
Might need to redshirt for a year to get some strength on him, to get build some muscle.
Get some beef.
He's a kid. He's very active. He's got a lot of length. If not Lawrence Tech, a school in the NAIA.
Yeah.
It looks like he could be
got
a
lot of basketball. Dearborn,
could be a project.
Concordia, Madonna.
Could be a project.
Cornerstone.
Project pickup and.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good NAIA basketball teams here in the Mitten.
But look, he stands head to head with Matt Coffey. Not much of a size difference, so you're talking about 6'7".
Just stifling defense put on by the Rockets.
An oppressive defensive effort, smoldering effort.
Absolutely.
This first 4 minutes of the second half.
Absolutely. It's like sitting on the Maryland coast in July.
Yeah. Rod Wass is a no-nonsense guy. I mean, he's a cop when he's not a coach.
Right.
He's a state police officer.
Correct.
So
yeah. That's it. Stingy.
Nice defense by Nance. I love this kid's energy.
Here's Joe Moon on the other side. Thrash over to Moon's going to go strong to the rack. He's going to put it off the glass.
He ain't going to miss that. I believe that's 27 points from Moon. Possibly 29. I might have missed just.
And again, despite the lead that Glenn has, defense relentless.
Yep.
Every possession, Bathers have to earn every single shot attempt.
That's doing what their coach asked them to do in halftime.
That's it. They lead by 22.
Just mushrooming this lead.
Coffee again with a good look, but can't finish. Going the other way, it's White. Loses the handle. Looks like we got a double dribble, so we're going to take it go the other way. White just got – I'll give credit to the Bather defenseman there coming back the other way, Davion Miles. He definitely caused that play to happen. Otherwise, he would have had a clean look at the rack.
Again, that's just an effort play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you want to see.
Yep.
Especially when you're down, you want to see effort. Miles on the other side gets hit on his way.
He wants to, as Coach Trammell said, to Jason, he wants to see fight. He wants to see playing with a chip on your shoulder, whatever the score is. And he didn't see that when they lost by 50 or so to Southfield Christian. And I think you're seeing that today. I'm saying tonight. It's this afternoon.
It's almost night.
Yeah.
It's the first annual State Champs Winter Jam. And, again, we kind of just had an idea that, let's get some fans, let's get some people, let's get some teams inside the Rither Fieldhouse. Lawrence Tech's trying to build something here in terms of basketball.
It's my first time in the building. I really like it.
There you go. And it was an opportunity for us to do what State Champs does, and that is try to, celebrate high school sports, which we do. We had a girls' game, Edison beat Country Day in the first matchup. This is Mount Clemens and Westland John Glenn, who both, again, when I had the conversations with them, agreed to play. And then we've got Cass Tech and Ypsilanti in the next game, which really should be a great game. Both games from here on out should be really, really solid. Canton and Grand Rapids Catholic Central afterwards. And we appreciate the teams who decided to be a part of this and be a part of history, our first ever.
Nice dish by Joe Moon there. Again, showing off that versatility.
Nice three. That's, I believe, Asante Hargrove's, check that, Kyrie Hayes' fourth. Thrasher on the other side, off the front of the rim.
To answer. Miles, the point guard.
With the left, can't get
finish.
It to go.
Hannah forced a jump ball. It's going to go the other way.
Little tug of war down there between Hargrove and Hannah.
It's going to Glenn.
$61-40 your score here with Westland John Glenn pretty much in command from the outset. Rockets got a good squad. This team going to make some noise.
Team wants
defending champs of the KLA East Division. Fell out in the districts, though, I believe, last year. I think they've got a squad right now that they're really happy about.
This again, is a team that can make a run.
When you got guards like Moon and Thrasher, again, a two-headed monster.
I like how both these guys, judging by my my stats now, not always the most accurate. Sometimes I miss one or two, but
calling it unofficial.
But I have both of them. I have Thrasher for 6 rebounds and Joe Moon for 8 rebounds already.
Okay.
So
you see Moon coaching on the floor.
Yeah,
he's always coaching on the floor, talking to his team. He is his coach embodiment when it comes, especially on the defensive side of things, because he leads by example.
Yeah, and he's got a very good feel for the game. And
he's in great shape, man. I mean, you
were talking about the training factor, the conditioning factor.
Motor.
Thrasher hits both those free throws.
Bathers have to earn everything. Hannah can't hit from long distance.
And just the fact that they're forcing him to shoot from 2 or 3 feet behind the line.
Moon puts it on the floor in the paint between 3. Bathers can't get it to go. Rebound was picked up there by Balco.
Balco gave us some good spot minutes there. Gave Rod Watts some good spot minutes.
Absolutely.
In the first half, played a tough 3-4 minute stretch there in the second quarter.
He's wearing my number 13.
Yep.
Moon at the elbow loses the handle. Bathers have it. I think the Bathers right now content with trying to set up the half-court offense, see if they can get some guys open, a little pick and roll. Havana.
Nice move, Javon Hannah. That was all you need from Javon Hannah. Gets into the lane, causes commotion, and finishes at the rack. And good defense by Hay.
So as soon as I say they want to slow it down, they start running.
But that's the move that Javon Hannah's been trying to complete all game, where he's making some very nice ability to get into the lane, showing off his ability to create, but just not finishing at the rack, and in that time he finished. Now they get this thing within 17-18. Again, you're just hanging around and hoping to put a run together there and get into single digits in the final 3 or 4 minutes. Give yourself a shot at the comeback. And they're showing fight. That's what Coach Trammell wanted to see from them, and you're seeing it. They're not letting this thing get too out of hand.
So they got it under 20 right now. Do the Bathers. Rennell Thrasher's having a fantastic game, as in Joe Moon. Pretty much the story of what we've seen right here. Travel called on Xavier Miller, so it's going to be Bathers ball as they try to make a little run here at the end of the third. They are currently sitting in the bonus.
Full court pressure by the Rockets. Real good defense there by Xavier Miller.
Nice dribble drive by Davion Miles. Kicks out to Hannah. Hannah on the wing. Being guarded by Sharif Liddell. Hannah. Shot up no good, but rebounded by the Bathers.
He forced that.
He did.
Hay gets the foul, though.
Almost got it to fall, so Hay will go to the line. So a nice game put together here by Kyrie Hay. Yep.
Off the bench.
Off the bench.
Double digits.
Been hitting some deep threes. And here finds himself a little room in the paint and goes to the charity stripe. Got to get those legs strong, young man, when you're off the front of the rim. Got to get that lift.
Rod Watts wants to talk to his squad.
Yep. Well, again, he made a concerted effort here in the second half, to play better defense. They gave up 36 points in the first half. They have given up 9 in the third quarter.
Everything he wanted to see from his team, he's seen. They're coming out there. They're They're getting into the passing lanes. They're getting into their assignment shorts.
Right.
Making sure that nothing's easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's saying, hey, offensively we're doing well. Now we've got to focus on the defensive side. I'm not even worried about how many points you put up on the offensive end. I'm worried about how many points you prevent them from scoring from here on out. This is all a process.
Yep.
We got to put in our work, and we need to do it on the defensive end.
Same thing Pete Trammell's preaching to his club.
That's right. That's right.
Hoping that, next year after, this is a team that can make a run in the state tournament. Right now, if you're Coach Watts and John Glenn, you're preparing for a deep run in March.
Thrasher from the deep corner, no. Balco with the basketball. Puts it on the floor in the paint.
Balco, toughness.
Nowhere to go.
Toughness. That was the definition of toughness.
The turnaround left.
Crashing the glass. Hey, another deep three.
That one had a high arc on it. Hannah fighting for the rebound. Gets it within 2 defenders. Gets the putback.
Oh, man. That's a microcosm of his whole night.
Yeah. Made really, really good plays. Just not able to get the buckets he's looking for. Again, I saw him put 34 on Troy Athens.
We know he can score. We know he can score.
That's right.
Know he's someone that can create for himself. He can create for his teammates. He still has, and he's going to be close to. He's still. I'm tallying up what I got for him.
You, brother.
He still could be close to. He's not close to a triple-double, but he's got about. He's going to be in double digits, I believe, for points, and then he's got 7 or 8 rebounds and 5 or 6 assists. So that's still
a great game.
Still a good game.
It's a good game, and he's a freshman. Just 14 seconds left to go here in the third. John Glenn looking to extend their lead. They don't. Hannah with the rebound.
Another rebound.
He's looking to run, loses the handle. Double team by the Glen Rockets defense. Smart play. He's trying to throw it out of bounds, but instead it goes off his own leg.
He's going to have a double-double. And it's been a kind of a quiet game from Javon Hannah.
Yeah, it has. Make no bones about it.
But at the end of this game, I think he'll only be a couple assists off of a triple-double. That's
there you go. Like you said, it's quiet.
It's impressive.
All right, so 3.5 ticks to go here in the third. We'll see what kind of play they make for Javon Hannah. Again, they read that.
Got to be smarter on the inbounds pass. You can't telegraph that. He was looking at Hannah the whole way.
Telegraphed. 1 second, need to shoot it up. He does. Off the mark, and that is the end of the third quarter, and it is currently the Westland John Rockets leading 65-44 over Mount Clemens. Let's send it down the floor to Jason Ross Jr.
Guys, just 8 points in that quarter for a Mount Clemens team that is showing its youth right now, as head coach Pete Trammell told us about earlier in this one. If this team is to develop into what it could be down the road, it'll probably be through Javon Hannah, the star-studded freshman who was already drawing college interest last year as an 8th grader. There was an article written on Hannah titled, Mount Clemens 8th grader Javon Hannah already garnering college interest. And he's a guy last year in 8th grade who averaged 38 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists per game. I think I scored about 38 points my entire 8th grade year, and that might be a stretch. But, I asked Javon before this one, how do you stay humble when you have all this hype around you at such a young age? And he told me that his supporting cast really keeps him grounded. So a humble kid, a lot of hype, young age, but he still has his head on right. And he'll look to develop, and this team will look to develop as we head into the final quarter. Guys, Lauren, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Jason. And when you're a young player that is asked to carry the load, that is a
lot of responsibility for a 14-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid.
But for where he wants to go, where he wants to take his game, it's a good mantle to grab onto.
He doesn't seem to be shying away from it.
Absolutely.
He seems to be embracing it, and you could already tell that this kid's a leader.
No doubt about it.
Just by the way he plays.
So we are now begun the fourth quarter.
I've been really impressed, even though he hasn't scored a lot of points. I really like his style of game. I like how he's not forcing. I like how he's not needing to take 25, 30 shots to be effective. I like the fact that Hannah is someone that has really been able to demonstrate a great feel for the game and a real high basketball intelligence. There's a steal there by the Rockets going down there, can't convert. Now the Bathers coming back. Mount Clemens, Hannah with the ball. Hannah's going to run the point right now with Miles out of the game. Xavier Miller gets control.
Yeah, John Glenn pretty much has maintained this lead throughout this contest, especially when Thrasher is throwing up deep J's like that.
Thrasher is just torching nets right now. Him and Joe Moon combining for over 40.
Again, great defense by the Rockets. Balco comes up with it, gets it out to Thrasher. Thrasher wants to look left. He finds a wide open Sharif Liddell. He can't score. Rebounded by the
Balco.
Look at him. Look at him. Fights
just
through
toughness.
it. Bathers now going the other way.
Tenacity from Balco. Love those kind of reserve minutes that you're getting from a guy like that.
So Stephen Coffey, the other Coffey brother, making some noise on the other side. He gets his first bucket of the game.
Balco really taking advantage of those minutes he's getting. Showing a ferocious nature on the boards.
Nice pass inside to Balco. Balco has it knocked out of bounds. Nice block there by Vermonte Cannon, the senior. So still a lot of fight left in the battling Bathers here as we get down the stretch.
I got Thrasher for 22, Moon for 28.
Okay.
I said they combined
Put another one. Thrasher with a bucket.
Yeah, I said they combined for 40. They combined for 50.
It's definitely been the backcourt for the Rockets that has been the story in this one. Moon and Thrasher taking no prisoners.
And really, letting everyone know out in the KLAAA that this is going to be KLAA. That
they are letter A in the KLAA.
This is going to be a team to be reckoned with, and
Yes.
they're going to be at the top of the heap when you're talking about basketball out of that conference. And they're going to be a team that you're going to have to deal with come March.
We're going to see another KLAA opponent in Canton, who will be coming up at the 7 o'clock game tonight here in the inaugural State Champs Winter Jam. They play in two different divisions, but I believe it was Wayne last year who ended up winning the association championship.
Yeah, they won. I believe they beat Glenn in the final.
Okay.
Oh, no, they beat Canton. They
beat Canton, okay. Bathers moving the ball well, but again, taken away by the relentless defense put on by the Rockets. Thrasher up the floor. Playing the best game of his senior season here.
Joe Moon, the icing on the cake, the cherry on the sundae. Goes over 30 for the second straight night. 31 points, following up his 37 ball.
Thrasher the steal to the brack, misses. Nice follow-up by number
Xavier
4.
Miller.
Yep.
Another one of the augmentary guys that's giving them good minutes, giving Rod Watts some.
Boy, Rod Watts is liking this defensive effort. I know he is. Maybe not all the guys, because, again, though, just giving up 12 here in the second half.
And Joe Moon showed his range on that. That was a good 2-3 feet behind the line.
Glenn with another takeaway. Thrasher again taking the ball up the floor. He's going to spot up from long distance. No, Joe
Who's
Moon,
on the
nice
board.
rebound, and gets the bucket.
33 points. That's his 9th rebound.
He was within a slew of battling Bather defenders.
That
It was all red in
that
there,
was beautiful.
and White came away with it.
That was beautiful. Everything you want from a guard. He's shooting it. He's playing defense. He's creating. He's playmaking. He's showing effort and intelligence. Just Joe Moon really coming out of the gate for his senior year, taking no prisoners, telling everyone that, heck, I could be a dark horse for Mr. Basketball even. You got Romeo Weems, and then you got everyone else. And why not me, Joe Moon says.
That's right. Keeps playing like this, keep putting up these efforts. He's going to garner some votes.
Just to get on the ballot is
it is.
It's prestigious.
It is prestigious. And Rennell Thrasher saying, what about me? Misses on that one. Long three put up, no good.
Balco again. Love what I'm seeing from this kid. Only maybe gets 5-6 minutes a night, but he's making the most of them.
Doing the dirty work. Moon trying to go strong.
Balco's got to be a football kid.
No doubt
This
about
kid
it.
looks like he plays in the trenches.
Let's send it down to Jason Ross. He's got an injury update.
Hey guys, the junior for Westland, John Glenn, Asante Hargrove, Went down a few plays ago and he's currently having his ankle looked at by the trainer. He has his sock off and they're kind of doing some massaging of that left ankle. It doesn't appear to be in too much pain, but getting that ankle looked at, guys.
All right, thanks, Jason. So we hope the young man is going to be all right.
Hargrove gave them some good minutes.
Appreciate the Henry Ford athletic training staff here on site for the State Champs Winter Jam, providing all the injury attention.
As much as I've been impressed by the backcourt of Thrasher and Moon, I really like some of these supplementary pieces. Guys that are just are giving them, people that I will categorize as glue guys. Guys that you need in the mix, doing all the dirty work, doing the stuff that doesn't necessarily get the accolades, get the headlines. You're not going to get in the paper. But if they're not doing what they're doing, you're not doing the little things like that. You're not achieving the big things like league trophies and district trophies and deep runs in March. And you're getting that right now. Coach Watts is getting that from Xavier Miller. He's getting that from Ashton Nance. He's getting that from Brendan Balco, Asante Hargrove.
You can hear this kind of dialogue each and every week on the State Champs Hang Time podcast. TJ Kelly, Scott Bernstein, and myself, along with Dan Young and Matt Mowry, talking hoops every week. How much you enjoying talking the Hang Time?
Man, I love Hang Time. That's basketball is my first love. Fell in love with it as a young man and been following it at every level since. Pro, college, high school.
And just getting an opportunity, you are an Indiana Hoosier yourself, getting an opportunity to go to college in the basketball
mecca.
That
was a dream come true, going down there and really getting to experience
what are your fondest memories
of just going into gyms.
Yeah.
And I volunteered as an assistant coach for a couple years now when I was in college with a local high school. And just going into gyms like on a Tuesday night, and it would be a girls' game, and you'd have 2,500 people there.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, even the best two girls' teams playing on a Tuesday night in the state of Michigan, you might have a half-full gym.
Right.
So that just shows you their dedication. If that's like nice move by Thrasher.
Yeah, nice bucket.
They're both going to be over 25.
Yeah. And how about going to the house that Bobby Knight built?
And then, being able to be there for the last couple years of Bobby Knight and being able to go to games in Assembly Hall and be part of that tradition.
Yeah. Nothing like it.
I was down there with Dane Fife. It was the Michigan State assistant coach right now, the pride of Clarkston.
Yeah.
The Fife family, the first family of Clarkston sports.
That's right.
We were repping the D down in Bloomington.
No doubt. Nice bucket. Good job by Don Williams, the junior guard who's come in and give some quality minutes here. Thrasher's going to set up for a long one. No. It's Williams again. Giving that 100% effort into the lane. Nice bucket there by Stephen Coffey. So Coffey gets number 2. Battling Bather's not giving up quite yet.
I think an anecdote.
Still giving the effort.
I want to share a little bit about kind of what I was saying about the supplementary parts for Westland John Glenn and how important they are and connecting that to the Fife family. Last week in Clarkston, they dedicated the gym to Dan Fife, who's just retired after 36 years, over 700 wins, back-to-back state championships.
That's it. Oh, look at that alley-oop to
Thrasher to Joe Moon for I believe that's his 35th point. He's heading towards matching his 37-point effort from back on Thursday. But Dan Fife's sons came up to the mic. Jeremy Dane and Dugan. Dugan played on those Fab 5 Michigan teams.
Thrasher loves it from long distance. Doesn't get it to fall.
And he said, our dad taught us that even the smallest things are important. Whether it be how you tie your shoes, how you sweep the gym, how you go about in your shooting drills in practice. The smaller things make the bigger things possible.
Sure.
And if you don't do the small things, you can't achieve the big things.
The attention to detail.
Exactly. That's what they said.
That was an Al Fracassa thing, and he talked about, I remember, Grease Bomb, right?
Johnny Grease.
The quarterback.
Yeah.
He used to talk about how he would pull every individual thread off his jersey before he would put it on, and he would polish his helmet.
Yeah. Well, there's a story about Bill Walton on the first day of practice. First thing he told him was, how do you put your socks on?
Right.
And they're like, Coach, we really need to know how to. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Because if you don't put your socks on right, you're going to have feet problems.
That's
when
right.
you have problems with your feet, you're going to have trouble putting the ball in the basket.
Joe Moon has not had trouble putting the ball in the basket at all tonight. Nice defensive play there in the middle by number 35, Robert Robinson. So the B unit for the battling Bathers coming in and playing well here, giving some good effort.
I could be wrong, but I think Rob Robinson had a dad named Rob Robinson, who was a star for Mount Clemens back in the day.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I know that Javon Hanna has had a couple brothers that have come through that program.
Okay.
The one I remember covering was Thomas Hanna.
All right.
A little smaller, but just as electric.
This is Vermonte Cannon. Loses the handle. Joe Moon going the other way. He's got one-on-one.
Oh, almost. Almost with the circus shot.
That would have been, what, 37?
That would have been 37, but he's
going to the line.
Get him at the line.
Get it right here. 57 seconds left in the contest. John Glenn leads it 83-59 in Game 2 of the inaugural State Champs Winter Jam.
Could we be seeing the birth of a Mr. Basketball candidacy?
Yes. I'd say this kid is playing about as good as anybody can.
You know, you have those
and again, I think what would be even better is if let's hope this kid gets some looks now.
Yeah.
The looks he deserves, because you've got a full game of video here you can watch this young man play. And he has been the MVP on the floor. If it wasn't for his teammate Rennell Thrasher.
Back-to-back 37-point games. It's reminding he's coming out now.
Just a great effort.
Great overall effort.
Absolutely.
You know, he was everything you want from in a lead guard. Someone to make that Rocket faithful very proud, and someone who's got an incredibly bright future, whether you're talking about the 2018-2019 season or beyond. But in terms of late blooming Mr. Basketball candidacies, I'm going to liken this to what I saw a couple years ago from Spencer Littleson at Rochester Adams, who wasn't really on anyone's radar as a Mr. Basketball candidate, comes out in the first 5, 6, 7 games of the season, drops like 3 or 4 35-point-plus games. All of a sudden, when the ballot comes out in January, he's on it. Ended up going to Duquesne. Now he's at Toledo. But another Balco, another rebound. Oh, and a steal by Balco.
Oh, almost able to get it to go. Here's what's going to happen here in the next few minutes. I'm going to be taking off here in just a bit. I'm going to go down and present the trophy to Rod Watts and the victorious Westland John Glenn Rockets. Scott's going to keep talking here for a little bit. We're going to try and get Joe Moon over to talk with our Jason Ross Jr., and then Jason will be back up here to close it out with Scott and close out this particular broadcast. So hang with us here. Again, John Glenn going to win this one 85-59.
So the John Glenn Rockets out of the KLAA go to 3-0 on the season. The Mount Clemens Bathers drop to 3-4. An outstanding game by the backcourt for the Rockets of Joe Moon and Rennell Thrasher. Moon goes for 37 points. Thrasher, I believe, 27 points. And you couldn't ask for more from your dynamic duo of a backcourt if you're Rod Watts. He's coached a number of good guards over the years. One that comes to mind from a couple years back, Charles Cha-Cha Tucker, who we had at Lansing Eastern, comes over to John Glenn and just kind of keeps that train rolling. He is the type of guy that, stands for integrity, stands for character, stands for everything that's right about the game, and he instills that in his players, and they play the game the right way. And that's what Pete Trammell's trying to do with Mount Clemens. Let's send it down to Jason with Joe Moon, our player of the game.
Joe, your coach at the half told me that he was a little disappointed in the defensive performance, but then you guys limited them to 8 points in the third quarter. What did you like about the defense in the second half?
We started hawking the ball, facing full court, and helping more, because they kept beating us on the backside of the presses, so we had to sprint back on the press, and we got back and played good D.
What have you learned about your team so far this season?
We got a lot of heart. And they're going to make mistakes sometimes. I'm going to make mistakes, but it's never going to be like off of effort. It's going to be like mental mistakes like that we can easily fix.
Congratulations, Joe, and good luck moving forward this season.
Thanks, Jason. Joe Moon, he really summed it up. This team plays with a lot of heart, whether it be on the offensive end of the floor or the defensive end of the court. And also echoing what he said, when the problems that you have are, X and O issues, those can be fixed. Energy, attitude, discipline, those are things that can be cancers for a team and prevent a team from reaching its maximum output. And I think that right now the Westland John Glenn Rockets have all the intangibles to have a very special season. And Joe Moon personally has all the intangibles as a player, the skill set, the mindset to have a very, very memorable senior season and be a dark horse candidate for Mr. Basketball. We saw that today. 37 points, coming off another 37 points back on Thursday. That for those of you that are mathematicians, that's a cool 74 points between those two games in just 72 hours. So Joe Moon is the real deal. Over on the Mount Clemens side, you're going to have a couple guys you'll be hearing about for the foreseeable future. That their time to really blossom will be probably in the coming years. Javon Hanna and Matt Coffey, the two Fab Frosh for the Mount Clemens Bathers. A lot of these nice out-of-conference matchups, matching up teams from different parts of the state, different parts of the city, different leagues going head-to-head. Contrasting styles, great players, great coaching, everything you're going to get from the Winter Jam here at Lawrence Tech, presented to you by state champs and Horatio Williams. Go over to Jason. Jason, some thoughts on what we saw today?
So I just spoke with Joe Moon, and he told me about the heart of this team.
Yeah.
And it looked like they had a lot of heart out there. Now, they have a high standard, obviously. I spoke to head coach Rod Watts at the half, and he was displeased with the defensive performance, yet they were up 13 and appeared to be in commanding fashion. But they really improved in the second half, despite how well they played in the first. They limited Westland or Mount Clemens to 8 points in the third, and then kind of saw it cultivate into the fourth, where they were able to finish it off there.
It's all about adjustments and adjusting on the fly. Whatever Coach Watts said to them at halftime resonated with them. They came out, imposed their will in the second half, got the job done in pretty commanding fashion. And I think you really summed it up at the beginning of the game when you said that Joe Moon could be the best kept secret in the MHSAA, and then Joe Moon himself, I think, summed it up. I talked about it a couple minutes ago, and then you said it again here. This team, meaning the Westland John Glenn Rockets, play with a ton of heart. And when you put that heart and you put that attitude and that high energy, that high motor style of basketball, and you combine it with the level of skill that you have on that roster and the level of basketball intelligence that you have on that roster, that could be a mighty dangerous combination when you get in further into league play, and then obviously come March. But Joe Moon came out today, and Rennell Thrasher too. He had 22 on Thursday, I think 27 or 28 tonight. Joe Moon 37 back on Thursday, 37 again tonight. Everything you could ever ask for out of a backcourt, just dynamic, electrifying, and we were lucky enough to see it.
Felt like that dynamic duo really scores the ball with ease, and they certainly will be fun to watch moving forward. And on the Mount Clemens side of things, they'll obviously improve Javon Hanna down the road. It definitely was a fun one in offense that can really go, and we'll see how it develops once tournament time rolls around. Next up, Ypsilanti and Cass Tech will have that broadcast for you as well. Our third or fourth on this marathon day of basketball.
The first annual State Champs Winter Jam is presented by the Horatio Williams Foundation, Leadership for Life. The Winter Jam is also brought to you in part by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. The Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, more members than any other basketball coaches association in the country. And Inside Prep Sports.